Hello my friends, I'm Duchess and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be drawing Olivara from the Kiss Bet. I've been wanting to draw them for some while now, so let's get started. Starting off with a very rough sketch, here is my reference picture that I'm using. I saw this on Ingrid Ochoa's Instagram at Ingrid Comics and thought it was super cute. I made a poll on my Instagram about a week ago for who I should draw, and the majority said Olivara the last time I checked. If you follow me on Instagram at Duchess_art1, you can also vote. Let me explain why I keep saying Olivara. For those of you who don't read the Kiss Bet, Olivara is the ship name of Oliver Yang and Sara Lin, so I'm referring to them as Olivara. A little backstory on these two. Sara Lin is a very cute girl who thinks about boys a lot. Basically, she never had her first kiss and wants it to be with someone special, but after her best friend Patrick makes a kiss bet with her in a subway station, a lot of things happen. She meets Oliver, a quiet, intelligent nerd with glasses. The rest of the webtoon is basically about Sara and her relationships with her friends, family, and boys. It's pretty heartwarming and is a pretty good read. I would definitely recommend it. Moving on to the drawing, I'm finishing up the final sketch layer in blue as always. I really love the facial expressions that Ingrid makes, and I also want to work on that myself because I'm not too good at displaying emotion on my drawings, but I love it when characters are full of emotions, and I love the way that many artists can convey these emotions on their characters' faces, and that's something that I want to be able to do in the future. I am now making the ink layer, which is when I trace the blue lines as neat as possible in black. I used to trace with very fine lines, but then I transitioned to these thick lines, and I might be back to thin lines again. I'm kind of struggling with my art style, but I think I like these thin lines more than the thick ones because it doesn't look as cartoony. I don't have anything against cartoony styles, but I think personally I prefer not as cartoony, more like realistic drawings. I was dreading writing in the notebooks and papers that were scattered all over their desk, but it was actually enjoyable. I was just working on my math homework before drawing this, so I just wrote a bunch of probability equations and formulas that I was just writing before. I also love how Ingrid's characters all look very unique. I've never seen such unordinary character designs of characters from a modern world. Like if it was a dystopian world, of course the characters are going to be very unique, you know, like in animes they have different colored hair and things like that, but in the modern contemporary world usually characters don't look so diverse like this. If you have been following me on YouTube, you have probably heard me say many times that I despise the coloring process, or I don't like it because it takes me forever, and I also suck at using colors that look good together. Ingrid has a lot of details and items in her drawing, and I didn't want to leave it out because my drawing would look very plain. So I had to color every item on the desk, which equals to a lot of layers. Now I am shading, which is one of the more enjoyable parts of the drawing process. It does take longer than the coloring, but I enjoy it a lot more. I have no idea why, but I've always enjoyed shading even when I was drawing traditionally. I think maybe because I've always felt that shading makes a drawing, it makes a drawing so much better. Like without shading, it would not look nearly as good as it could if it had shading. You know what I mean? I make really dark shadows and then I put some bright highlights, and then I'll blend it all together later so it'll look nice and smooth, but I do leave some strokes visible so that it looks nicer. Or I personally think it looks nicer if you leave some painting strokes instead of making everything super smooth, but any way works, to be honest. It's just my personal preference. If you want to know how to improve your drawing, check out my video by clicking on the top right. In that video, I discuss 4 tips on how to improve your drawing. These 4 tips have really helped me out through my art journey and allowed me to improve drastically over the few years. I also started making backgrounds because I do think that backgrounds make your drawing a whole lot better for most cases, and also because I watch Sam Does Art and he always says to draw a background, so I thought, why not? Anyways, let me show you my little trick that I have for backgrounds because I'm not really good at it, so I found a way to make it easier for myself. Use a regular brush. I used my brush that I made myself and I paint some background. I made a wall and a little cabinet because they're at school, a clock and a window so I can make some pretty lighting. Now use the Gaussian blur and make everything blurry so people can't see how ugly the background really is. Add the finishing touches. Don't forget the sparkles. Alright, well that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week.